Let's solve this data science interview question from LinkedIn. This is a case study question that I posted a couple of days ago and is usually the most important part of an interview. The question was, using our internal data or any other data, how can you determine which of our users are business travelers? Before we get into it, 2 housekeeping items. 1, TikTok prefers shorter videos, so I'm going to be posting the full video on the website that's linked in my bio. That's whatstheimpact.com, and scroll to videos. Second, it's really difficult to stand out on here as a creator, especially with this niche topic. If you are getting value out of this, likes, comments, anything that helps TikTok understand that these videos are useful, and they'll spread them to more people. So really appreciate that. So the 3 that I came up with, 1 is having a survey to get labeled data and then have a prediction problem after that to get out of sample predictions. 2 would be clustering on features that you generated that you believe are predictive of being a business traveler. And 3 would be effectively using data exploration to come up with your own internal model of a decision tree. If you guys have any other suggestions, would love to hear it in the comments. When I'm answering these questions, I'm first going to assume that we have really good data. So in this case, I would assume that we have done some sort of survey, or that we're able to do a survey and get labeled data. And I will tell this to the interviewer up front. With that labeled data, we can build any sort of prediction algorithm that we like. It could be a decision tree, random forest, XGBoost, anything that we prefer as our favorite statistical method. And then we would use that model to predict out of sample which of our users might be business travelers or are most likely to be business travelers. At this point, you're probably going to get follow-up questions about what features that you would want to include in this model, and also how you would do model selection. Examples of features could be related to job title, but certainly using geolocation data, maybe the proportion of weekdays where your location is showing in a city that is different from your stated hometown as in your profile. Second alternative, what if you do not have access to a survey, you have no labeled data whatsoever? So again, I would engineer some features that are related to traveling or maybe predictive, such as the proportion of weekdays that you are away from your hometown, and I would cluster users on these features. So you may also have things like job title, anything that's related to sales. Maybe they have words in their profile about meeting with clients. So you would create these clusters, and then you would look at the characteristics of the average user in these clusters to see if any of them appear like they fit the description of a business traveler. Now, a third way would probably be for more junior roles or an analyst, would be simple data exploration. You should probably do this for any level. And that is, again, you might look at the proportion of weekdays that you are away from your hometown. You would also want to scale this by the number of days that the app is actually collecting data, so you may not have a location on every single day. And then just look at a distribution, and you may find some cases where, a whole bunch of people are grouped where they spend less than 5 or 10% of their weekdays away from their hometown, but then you have these other groups where they're like 80-90% of their weekdays away from their hometown, and you would just draw a manual split. Effectively, you're creating your own decision tree with intuitive rules.